Okay, let's start off with some forward and back running. So you start here, you're running forward and running back. And then punches. Keep your hands up, keep your feet moving. Next one is shuffle. Either side to side or front to back, depending on how your space is. Make sure that you keep your hands up. If you want to throw some punches while you're doing it, that's fine. And knees. Other side. Make sure you keep the standing knee bent. You're doing more work that way. As long as you're doing the warm-up, you may as well get as much work out of it as possible. And ladder steps. And kicks, front, side, back. Okay, check your pulse. If you're not at least 120, do that 2 more times. So run front and back, punches, shuffle, knees, ladder steps, kicks. Make sure you, at least twice, 3 times is better. Make sure your pulse is up to 120, and then come back to me to stretch. Okay, when you're ready to stretch, so I think I'm gonna angle this down a little bit so that you can see me if I'm on the floor instead of just seeing the empty ceiling. Reach up. And you're not just putting your arms up here, but you're pushing them towards the ceiling. And then reach for the floor. Over to one side, grab your ankle, pull your chest to your knee. Keep your chin up. And down in the side stretch. You want to have both heels on the floor here. Well, you might not want to have both heels on the floor, but I want you to have both heels on the floor. Turn, stretch your hip flexor. And then straighten out your legs. All your toes are facing in the same direction. Both knees are straight. Chin is up. Back is flat. Reach down over the front leg. Chest toward your knee. You should feel this primarily in the hamstring of the front leg. Come to the center. Toes straight forward. Push your knees out. Other side. Grab your ankle. And then down into side stretch. turn, stretch your hip flexor. Straighten out your legs. Knees straight, back flat, chin up, chest down towards your front knee. Have a seat. Put the bottoms of your feet together. Okay, if you can put the bottoms of your feet together and still keep your back flat here, not rounded like that, go ahead and put both hands on your knees. If when you let go, it rounds your back, take one elbow or one arm, tuck it there to force your back straight, and just use your hand to pulse one knee down. And then the other side. Okay, put one foot out, pull the other foot across. If you can pull this one in and still keep both butt cheeks on the floor, pull it in. If pulling this one in gets one hip up off the floor, keep it straight out. This knee is in, opposite elbow is on the outside of the knee, and you're pushing across. And then same thing on the other side. And then come up to a wide squat. Heels on the floor. Put your elbows inside your knees, push your knees out, and rock back and forth. And put your hands flat on the floor and straighten out your legs. Okay, I'm going to show you 3 exercises, walk you through them, explain what I want, and then you're going to do 2 times through 10 of each exercise. So the first one is inchworm push-ups. When you do inchworm push-ups, you start here, you put your hands down on the floor, you walk them out. Okay, you can either stay here on your toes or drop to your knees. In either case, your back is flat. So none of this and none of this. Keep your elbows tucked into your body. 1 push-up. Work your hands all the way back. Okay, so down. Hands out. 1 push-up. And all the way back. Okay, those are called inchworm push-ups because you're doing like an inchworm. Next one is a completely straight body sit-up. I'm flat on my back, legs are straight, arms are straight up towards the ceiling. They're not going behind my head, they start here. I sit up, so my arms are now straight still to the ceiling and back down. And then we've got one more. The last one is a squat and lunge. So when you do a squat, you want your feet, people will tell you shoulder width apart. My shoulders are only about that wide apart. That's way too narrow for me to squat. It's got more to do with how long your legs are and how flexible they are. So I got mine out about here. Toes need to be straight forward. And then when you squat down, you don't want to bring your butt back. You want your shoulders to stay over your hips. Okay, at the very least, you need to come here. If you can get all the way down, that's even better. When you do your lunge, you're going to step back, and you're going to step far enough back that you have a 90-degree angle here, so that your knee is over your ankle. You don't want to be here with your knee out past your ankle over your toes, because that's going to stress your knee. Okay, so you start here, you step out, squat, in, step back and lunge. Step out, squat, in, back, lunge. Squat, and this one side is 1, so squat, lunge, that's 1, squat, lunge. That's 2. Okay, so I want you to do inchworm push-ups, straight body sit-ups, and squat and lunge. 10 of each, 10 sets, and then come back to me and we're gonna work on the lesson for the week. Okay, so this month we are working on intensity and we are working on modesty. So we're gonna work on a kick for intensity, and the kick that I picked is the tornado kick, because for most of us that one forces us to be very modest because we don't do it as well as we would like. So we're gonna start off with the crescent kick. We're gonna start in your guard stance. Crescent kick chambers like a front kick, comes straight up, then you're gonna rotate your hip. That's the rotation in the kick. So it doesn't come sweeping out from the side, it comes straight up and then you rotate and kick. Okay, then I'm gonna do a pump crescent kick. So when I do a pump crescent kick, I'm gonna start here. My leg that's in the front is gonna pump, and the other one is gonna kick. Leg that's in the front pumps, back one kicks. Front leg pumps, back one kicks. Front leg pumps, back one kicks. So without that click in it, it's pump kick, pump kick, pump kick. And you see I do it terribly on one side and not quite as terribly on the other side. See, this is where the modesty comes in. You'll find it's probably easier on one side than the other. Then we're gonna add a spin pump crescent. So I'll do this way so you can do it with me. I'm gonna start here, spin. When I get to facing my target, bring my knee up, crescent kick, spin. I don't want to chamber here, because if my target's there and I chamber here, I'm going to kick here. So I'm going to start here, spin, chamber towards my target, and kick. Okay, so if I'm facing you, I spin, pump, kick, spin, pump, kick. Okay, then we're going to put those together. So we're going to do crescent kick, spin, pump, crescent kick. So both kicks are with the same leg. If I start in my left guard stance, my right leg is going to kick. Spin, left one pumps, right one kicks again. Now if I start in my right guard stance, my left leg kicks, spin, right one pumps, left one kicks. Okay, so go in the other direction. For some of you guys, it might be easier to follow along with me. Left guard stance, right leg kicks, spin, left leg pumps, right leg kicks. Other stance, I'm in my right guard stance, left leg kicks, spin, right leg pumps, left leg kicks. Okay, so I want you to practice a bunch of those. I'm going to show you a little cheat that makes the spin easier. I'll show it to you in both directions. When I do my crescent kick, normally when you do your crescent kick, you land directly in front and you spin way around, pump, crescent kick. Okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover some extra distance when I land that kick. So I'm going to do my crescent kick, but I'm going to land here. So I'm already halfway through my spin before I do my pump crescent. Okay, so when it faces the other way, I do my back leg crescent kick, and instead of landing directly in front of me, I'm going to land here. So I'm already halfway around for my spin kick. Okay, so what I want you to do right now is I want you to turn off the video, and I want you to do 5 on each side. If you do 5 on one side and then 5 on the other, you're probably going to get dizzy. It would be better to do 1, 2, so 10 total, 5 on each side. Then you're going to come back to me, and I'm going to give you another chore to do with it. Okay, so we just worked on your tornado kick. Now we're going to add some intensity to it. I need you to get a partner. If you don't have a partner, you can hang something like on the back of a chair. Just make sure you don't hurt your foot or knock the chair into something. Okay, but we're gonna do the crescent kicks first with intensity. When you do a crescent kick, ideally, you bring your foot around and you're kicking here with the outside blade. My ankles aren't that flexible. I usually kick with the whole flat at the bottom of my foot. Also, if you're wearing shoes, so if you're doing this outside, if you take class outside, you're gonna be hitting with the whole bottom of your foot. So what you're trying to do is smack something with the bottom of your foot. So your partner's gonna hold the target for you, actually, and they're gonna have to turn it this way. So I'm gonna start here and I'm gonna hit hard as I can. Hit. Then we're gonna go back and do another round. And I wanna make sure I turned on the video, so yes, it is recording. Okay, then they're gonna hold the target for you while you go all the way through the tornado kick. If you need to start while you're hitting a target, kick, spin, kick. Take out the pump right now if you need to. Okay, so I'm just gonna do crescent kick, spin, crescent kick. Then add the pump back in. So your partner's holding the target, and both kicks should be right to the same place. So kick, spin, kick. So I want you to do that a bunch of times. I don't know, 4 or 5 times on each leg. Okay, then we're gonna crank it up a little bit. 4 or 5 times each leg. Then your partner is going to move around you. So I'm gonna stand here. Last week we talked about levels of, actually the last 2 weeks, we talked about levels of intensity. 1 to 10. 1 doesn't mean sloppy. It just means you're going through the motions, but it wouldn't hurt anything if you hit it. So you're gonna stand here and your partner's gonna call you. So my partner's gonna call me and they're gonna call out a number to me. So my partner calls me and says 5. So I turn to them here and I do a 5. And the nice thing about a 5 or a 2 or a 1 is it lets you practice the technique so that it's done correctly. So that when you're cranking up to the 9 or the 10, you're still doing it right. Okay, then I'm gonna come back to my guard stance and my partner's gonna call me from behind me and say 9. And I'm gonna come back to my guard stance. Okay, so I want you to do that with your partner, and I want you to stop the video while you do it, but have them call to you at least 10 different times. Okay, so if you did Monday's video, we did drills from all the forms. So today, the beginner forms, we're gonna finish. The other forms, we're gonna put those pieces that we worked on so we get further into the form. So white belts, right now we're doing basic form 1. Basic form 2. And we're gonna do the whole thing. So we start here, count number 1, look, chamber, step, block, 2, step and punch. 1, look, chamber, step, block, look at your feet. Make sure that you're in a wide shingle chassis, that all your toes are facing the same direction, and that your hips and shoulders are square there, not here. Step and punch, 2. 1, left foot moves. 2, 3, 4, 3/4 turn, left foot moves, we're gonna end up facing there. 1. Okay, look at your stance, make sure that it's wide enough and all your toes are facing there. 2, step and punch. 1, 2, towards the back. 1, look at your feet, make sure they're wide enough. 2, 3, 4, 3/4 turn, left foot's gonna move, we're gonna end up facing there. 1, 2, 1, 2, and back. Okay, then I'll do it facing the other way. For some people, it makes more sense if you can stand behind me and follow along. I learn forms easier that way if I have to work with the video. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3/4 turn, left foot moves. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3/4 turn, left foot moves. 1, 2, 1, 2, and back. Okay, so if you're a white belt, whether you're an AK black belt or you're wearing a white belt, that's what you're practicing. The rest of you guys should practice it a few times too. Tang Soo, orange and blue belts, your form this cycle is Chilsung Il Row. Again, I'll do it in both directions. 1, look, chamber, step, block, high block, chamber, strike the neck. 2, grab the head, slamming knee through the face, push, punch, punch. 1, 2, towards the front. 1, your hands are going to make knuckles on your right hip and push across. On the first one of these, your hands are going to come to cup and saucer on your right hip. 2, 3, 4. Hands come to a diamond on your right hip. 3/4 turn, left foot moves. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Someone's choking you. Break the choke, push them away. 2, pull them in and kick, and they choke you again. Break the choke, push them away. 3, grab their hands, pull them in and kick. They choke you again, break the choke, push. 4, your left hand stays out on your chest. Your right hand pulls in, kick, punch, punch. 3/4 turn, we practiced this in Monday's class. Left foot moves. 1, cat stance low block. 2, Chingle Chassi, throw high punch. 1, 2, and back. And I will also do it facing the other direction. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, and back. Okay, so if you're a beginner, you're practicing those 2 forms. Tang Soo advanced class, green and up. Chilsung Samro. We're not finishing yet, but we're going to go past where we were. So, 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, my right leg is going to kick. 2, and it's going to land all the way back. So I'm facing the front of the room again. 1, 2, my left leg is going to kick. And it's going to land all the way back. So I'm facing the front of the room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we practiced this last week. Put your hands on your left hip. Push it back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'll do this part in a minute, go in the other direction too, but I have to move because I'm not going to be able to travel. Going to the back of the room, center block. To the back of the room again. Hands are going to come to an X on your right hip. Step to Chingle Chassi, double low block. Step again. Hands are going to come up and break the choke. Step again, they're going to come back. Kidney strike. Step again, push, punch, punch. Okay, so I'll do the whole thing facing the other way so that you can see what my hands are doing on that last phrase that we did. 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, that's the front of my pattern right now. So I'm going to do a right leg side kick, and it's going to land all the way back. So I'm facing the front of my pattern. 1, left leg side kick, land all the way back. So I'm facing what was my front when I started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hands on your left. I'm going to go here so you can see when I come back. Hands are going on your left hip. Push it back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to step right foot forward, right center block. Hands are going to come to an X on my right hip. I have to index, step through Soka or Chassi, double low block. Step again, someone's choking me. Hands come up through, break the choke. Step again, my hands come all the way back to my hips, past them, do a kidney strike, and step one more time. That's not a punch, it's just a push, punch, punch. Okay, so advanced class, you guys are practicing that. First degree black belts, row high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure on this one that your chest is facing the side and your hip is facing the front of the pattern. 1, 2, 3. Low horse stance, straight to the front. Japanese cat stance to the corner. 5. Now, my chest is facing that corner and my hip is facing this corner. 6, 7, and the sweep. Close kneel. 1, hop back. So I'm standing on my left foot. 2, center block. 3, punch, punch. Now the drill that we did in Monday's class. 1, motion defense. 2, crescent kick, U punch. 3, motion defense. 4, crescent kick, U punch. Okay, so let's do that facing the other direction. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. So no steps on those punches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so next week is strike test and we'll finish it up the week after that. Second and third degree black belts. Stay Sean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Right leg moves, unlike when you normally do a 3/4 turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now this is the drill that we practiced on Monday. Center block, punch, punch. The first one, your feet don't move. You just rotate your hips. 1, 2. The second one, you jump. 3, 4. And this one comes to the crane stance. 5, 6. And back to the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and show. So that's what I want you guys to have ready for stripe test next week. We'll practice it again in Monday's video. We'll practice it in class, and then after graduation, after stripe test, we'll finish the form. K1 steps. It's month 2 of the cycle. So we're reviewing Il-6 round number 2, and then we're going to finish Il-6 round number 5. So number 1, somebody throws a punch at you. You step in, block, chop the neck. So I'm stepping forward with my right foot. Grab their hand, pull them back to your hip. Front leg side kick, land forward, block a punch, chop. Part 3, crescent kick, which is part of the tornado kick that we practiced earlier. Side kick, block, chop. 4, step back, low block, spin, side kick, double punch. Hands are facing the other way if you want to follow along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back. Okay, so last week we worked on the Petsching and the block from Il-6 round number 5. So what I want you to do right now, we're going to start in a right guard stance, and we're going to throw 5 Petsching with our front leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then same thing on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then I am going to step back with my left foot, block, full crossbody block, left foot's back, right foot's back, right hand is down, and then I go the other way. Then I can step back with the left foot, left hand is down, and switch. Step back with the right foot, so whichever foot steps back, that hand is down. Okay, so now we're going to put this together. Il-6 run. Actually, one more technique I want to practice. This is a hammer fist. Okay, so when I do a hammer, this is not a hammer down like we do in Action Karate Form 8. It's a hammer in. So my target could be temples, could be side of the neck, could be kidneys here. In this case, it's going to be kidneys. So I'm hitting with this surface of my hand. In order for there to be rotation, it has to start here. So I'm going to start here in a guard stance, and I'm going to strike. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so now we're going to put all that together in the Il-6 run. So the first 2 parts we did last month. Someone is throwing a punch at your head. Get out of the way. Block, punch. You're going to throw an axe kick. Turn and punch. That was from the first month. Earlier this month, we did the third part. Left leg, front kick, spin, axe kick, punch. Okay, now we are going to continue with this. I am going to step back with my right foot, block, break a choke, switch hands, do it again. No step on the second one. Back leg, Petsching, hammer, hammer. Okay, so I'll do it facing this way so you can follow along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, and back. So I want you to practice those. If you remember 1, 3, and 4, practice all of them. There's 5, you need to know them all at some point, but absolutely right now, 2 and 5. Okay, you need to get your chucks. And I'm going to mess with you. I want to see if I can do this without messing with my ceiling fan. Okay, so you're going to put them on your shoulders, and you're going to go down and up, down and up, down and up, down and up. Then you're going to add a twirl, down and up. Okay, then you're gonna go opposite. No twirl yet, just one goes down and one goes up. Okay, then what I'm gonna go down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. Okay, then I'm gonna start opposite. But what I'm gonna do is my smart hand is gonna do a twirl. And my dumb hand is only gonna go up and down. So my smart hand is doing something, and my dumb hand is just going for a ride. And then you're gonna do both. Okay, if you're having trouble with that, it's sort of the same concept as being able to do this, which most of you probably can do, or being able to do this, which most of you probably can't do. If you want to try it, if you want to do that, I'm going to take my right hand, I'm going to spin it one direction, and take the left one over it and spin it in the other direction, and then make them go. Same concept. Okay, so like I said, we start off down and up. Then we go down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. Then we're gonna go and then both of them. Okay, then one more thing I want you to do. Everybody's gonna do this with one chuck. Okay, so we're gonna practice helicopters. We practiced these last week. Helicopter. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we did 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1 down, 1 up. Okay, so what I want you to do is you're gonna start here. You're gonna do a helicopter, and then you're gonna go hip, hip, shoulder, which is a triangle. So helicopter, triangle, helicopter, triangle. So it starts here from a low block. Helicopter, triangle. Then we're gonna move. So all I'm doing is I'm taking my right foot and bringing it back so that I come to a horse. So I'm in just a neutral stance with my right foot forward facing the left side of the room. I leave my left foot where it is. I swing my right foot around so that I'm in a neutral stance again facing the front. So you're gonna do that while you do your helicopter. So I'm here with the low block, and I'm not going and doing a million helicopters while I go around. One helicopter. So I start here, probably ceiling fan. I start here, one helicopter, and as I land, there's my triangle. Okay, so going in this direction, I'm going to do one helicopter and a triangle. One helicopter and a triangle. So I want you guys to work on that. Okay. In Tang Soo class, you're only required to know the Action Karate Form 8 part of combat set. Unless you're an AK black belt, then I expect you to know the whole thing. But we're gonna finish up the AK 8 part of it right now. So we start here. 1, 2, 3. This part is not new. This is from last month. 4, 5. I'm gonna back up or this isn't gonna work. 6, 7. 1, step forward, strike down. 2, turn it over, step behind, cut up. 3, 4, side kick, guard stance. 1, cross your feet. Right one is in the front. Towards the front of the room now, left leg axe kick. 2, 3, kneel down and cut. 4, I'm gonna hop up on my feet, cross my feet. The right one is in the front, and I cut in. Next count, I'm gonna unwind and cut in with the other hand. I'm gonna look to the back, chop up. Turn, make sure you're in Chingle Chassi here. Cut down. Take your right foot, tuck it behind, cut up, cut down. Now here, you don't have to turn your hand over. You're just gonna cut up, down, and unwind. And do it again facing the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my right foot is crossed in front of my left one. There's the front of my pattern. So if I'm doing my axe kick there, the chamber, when I chamber my knee, has to be facing there. 1, 2, 3. Okay, look at your feet. The right one's got to be in front, otherwise you can't unwind. 4, 5, 6. Make sure you're in single chassis here. 7. My right foot steps behind now. 8, 9, 10. Okay, if you can't unwind, you know you put your feet in the wrong order when you did that, so go back and practice it. Okay, get your house oar. Or if you're practicing in the garage and the car's not in there, or you're practicing outside, I suppose you could use your regular oar. But otherwise you're using your house oar. So this part is not new. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, make sure right now, paddle's on the left side, so my left hand is palm up, right hand is palm down. I'm in a rear leaning stance. 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so paddle's on the right, right hand is palm up. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to be really ginger about how to do this so I don't take out the ceiling fan. 5, and back. Okay, so I'll do it again facing the other direction, carefully. Can you see me here, or it'd be better if I was here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. My right foot steps back. 4, 5,